Hey guys, Spamwaits here. It's been a while since I've vlogged, actually, like even handheld. But I need to at least vlog today. Probably it's gonna be the intro for today's video. I don't know when this will be uploaded, probably by this Friday, but today is Monday, July 19th, 2021. And tomorrow morning, my family and I are heading out to San Francisco to go visit some apartments. Yeah, there's a high chance, not most definite chance, that I'll be moving to San Francisco next month. The reason is I have a job. I have just accepted an offer for a job in San Francisco for a tech support position, which is yay. 8 months in the making, and I finally got it, I think. But I'm not starting till the first week of September. So it gives me about now, July 19th, till basically the first week of September to find a place. Because I just accepted offer and everything. That's all set. Now it's just a matter of finding an apartment, move there by the end of August, and then start working, which is going to be great. I kind of went this over on the Truck and Talk stream that should have been uploaded Tuesday, so by the time I'm in San Francisco, that should already be uploaded. Give that a watch. I kind of explained of what's going to be going on here in the future for this channel. Maybe I'll do a more formal video later on once I'm all ready and whatnot. Either that or preparing to pack. That's not going to be until next month. I still got a month here being at this house, getting all stuff straight away. I still need to find that apartment first. So tomorrow we're going to San Francisco to look at some apartments, and hopefully I get to take you guys with us. I'm trying my best to show at least inside of the apartment, but not its location per se, just in case if I do choose one and I accidentally don't want to dox myself, basically. I don't want anyone to know where I live once I'm in San Francisco, and my past vlogs kind of shows where I live, but you would have to really figure it out. But for San Francisco in particular, I don't want to really show because you can make sense of where it might be once I show where everything is. I'm going to try not to do that. I'm going to try to record in a more general area. But try to record inside because I'm going to probably use this for record of just how the condo looks like. If I can ask whoever's giving me the tour to just record whatever I can, just so I could see how big is the place and just get a scope of things, so I can at least remember, rather than try to remember in my head. I can at least view video. So that's what I'm planning to do tomorrow. Most likely I'm going to be using this phone. I'm using my Samsung Note 20 Ultra, my usual phone for actually basically all the travel vlogs, really, and probably for this travel vlog as well. I'm very tempted to bring this phone to actually record, but I still don't trust this phone. It has an okay camera in the back, pretty crap camera in the front, so I can't really vlog. And this camera is really easy to vlog because I can switch cams from the back to the front. But most likely, if I'm meeting with whoever's showing the property, I would not try to talk over it, unless if I'm talking over just so I know where everything is. But nothing more than that. Rather than making a full vlog and explain oh, this is where you know. So I just need to be safe about that and whatnot. But most likely I will try and vlog tomorrow of this whole adventure, exploring San Francisco and exploring apartments in San Francisco, because it's going to be my first time. Last time I stayed in San Francisco was during university, and I actually stayed with a very amazing landlady who rented out her room for a pretty decent price when I was there for 2 years in San Francisco. It's like a 20-minute bus ride from where I live to San Francisco. I've kind of showcased where I used to live back in my 2016 vlogs when I did the Vlog Week Challenge with Dragons. So if you want to pop over to, I think I have a playlist for all these 2016 vlogs, which is just a week of vlogs of my daily life when I was a university student. But it actually it does show the neighborhood that I lived in for those 2 years. I want to live there again, but it's been very tricky to find a place over there. So unless anyone knows anyone in the Excelsior district, hit me up. But it's been a while. It's been 4 years in the making. So I'm pretty sure everything has changed. So I'm going to also try to record whatever I can around San Francisco to see how much has changed, not only in 4 years, but also post-COVID, because I've been doing that for quite a bunch of other things during these travels, and this won't be an exception. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, where the adventure will begin. That was my computer just going on. Alright, see you guys in the next clip. Who's ready to go to San Francisco? I am, I think. Not really, no. Got me forms to bring. I got this fan running, which is held by tape, which is amazing. And I'm gonna have a very fun day in San Francisco. Just need to put on my socks, my shoes, a jacket because it's gonna be cold, 66 degrees. And yeah, we'll see how well I vlog today. Remember though, you're recording just so you can remember the whole place and see how big the size is. Not for vlog, but also for vlog, so don't dox yourself, okay? Got it. See you guys wherever. I'm not doing this again. Okay, so hi, we're going to be doing a lot of voiceovers for this vlog. Just want to showcase just a little traffic that was coming into the Bay Area. At least we're going to Dublin, Pleasanton, and parking for BART. Traffic actually wasn't too bad. This was like 8:30 in the morning, so you can see right here, we had like a little bit of slowdown. This is like the sign of what the COVID has changed for travel. Yeah. It's quite empty in this parking lot. Usually it's busy, but COVID. So yeah, making that COVID comment is just quite a stark difference compared to like just writing pre-COVID and post-COVID, just seeing the train kind of just empty at Dublin. And then once we're finally in San Francisco, we just already had our lunch. So this was recorded during lunch rush on a weekday. Now usually lunch rush on a weekday pre-COVID, it can be busy. It can be like, packed on the streets, packed everywhere. But going around this time, especially on Market Street, it was quite surreal to see not a lot of people. I think for the majority of people who are walking around, they're locals, whether they're trying to get from point A to point B or trying to, shop for something for themselves. But I highly doubt I saw any tourists there. And if there was, you could see very little. Like, it's very empty on the roads. It's very empty on the streets. It's starting to pick up because of the recovery with the vaccines, but it is quite a difference from pre-COVID. So, I thought I was going to have a voiceover for this clip, but I guess I don't, so I was still showcasing basically the surroundings of San Francisco, and especially around the downtown Powell district area. Honestly, when I actually recorded this part of the clip, walking up, I think this is 4th Street or whatever that street, or is it Stockton? I can't remember which street this was. Walking down this street, honestly felt like I didn't know I was in San Francisco, because the fun fact for this street, this used to be under construction during the time I was there for university. I've never seen it actually paved with a road. If I recall correctly, what they're building right under was the not the Market Street subway, the Chinatown subway for Muni. And it was always like dug up, open, with a little canyon. What is it called? Canvas? No. Put the word down below because I can't think of it right now. But it was so weird to now finally see paved road and traffic flowing through. And honestly felt like I was in New York all of a sudden. But it is still San Francisco. It is still kind of small. Definitely smaller than New York. And seeing there's some new construction along the way. My mom made a comment saying, "Oh, what's being built over there?" I was like, I have no idea. I don't remember what was there before. Honestly, I would have to look at Google Maps to see what old properties were there. But, construction is still thriving, which is, I guess, great. Maybe it doesn't help with like all the rent stuff and whatnot, but I digress on that part. Just walking down the street, though, is like, I am so used to seeing crowds day in, day out, weekday, weekend around this area. Seeing it how empty it could be in terms of like pedestrian traffic compared to, car traffic. I wasn't too surprised with the car traffic coming down, I guess, towards the freeway from the pier. I was just surprised to see basically no one walking around the streets. It's crazy. So this is just like a little more insight of what I've experienced walking around San Francisco, at least the first time. So I wonder if that's going to change in the future. Most likely it will. But for now, we're going to go straight with the apartments. And most likely we're going to have another voiceover. See you guys in that clip. Bleh. So on with the apartment tour. And this is pretty much the only clip I'm going to have of the outside of many of the apartments. Everything else is going to be within the apartment, again, just in case if I need to dox myself. I just wanted to showcase this because this is the Tenderloin district. It's a little bit seedy, but apparently this part of the Tenderloin district is like somewhat safe. My parents kind of says otherwise, but it does look beautiful, and it was actually nice and gray, kind of cool. It did actually get sunnier later on today, so at least it's slightly warmed up, but wasn't so bad. But anyways, into the apartment. So with this whole apartment ordeal, many of the ones I've chosen were studios because that's unfortunately within my budget. I couldn't afford a 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom. Granted, I'm the only one going to be living in there, so a studio would just be fine. Now with this studio, this was like on the very top of my budget range, but it looked nice. Like everything inside was nice. There's some laminate flooring. I think that's laminate, that's not hardwood. Pretty decent kitchen as you can see from the background. And then have access to, I think, a closet or two, a little pantry, and a bathroom that I will eventually show here. I did have audio behind it, but I was technically having a conversation with my parents, as you've noticed. Hey, look, my parents. And just walking around, just trying to see how everything is laid out. And this, basically the first unit, sets grounds of how I'm going to be viewing apartments from here on out. Whether it's going to be big, whether it's going to be small, whether it be old, whether it be new, whether it be refurbished or unrefurbished. So let's just make this as a starting point for critiquing certain apartments along the way. Looks like apparently they got access to the rooftop, which is really cool. Not really rooftop, there's actually more apartments yonder, as you notice. It actually goes to the 14th floor. It has a nice rooftop access. It is quiet. It's cold. And then the laundry is just right there too. It's pretty good. Right? Safe grilling. I know they have their own gas. They're connected to their own gas. And like that. So it's not so bad. You want me to open it? I just want to see laundry room. Not too bad. So they had another unit for us to view, and what's cool with this apartment is that they allowed self-guided tours because of COVID. They don't want to have, I guess, the leasing agents to go with them, so they decided to just give you the keys and you just do the tour yourself, which is pretty cool. So you actually get to experience the whole room, and actually was able to record it without too much of an issue. But for this apartment, this one was really small. It was also a studio as well, but definitely smaller than the first one you've seen. It has a weird L-shaped layout, which kind of does work if you put your bed in that certain location, but then the rest of the room is small. Like, from wall to wall on that end, it's like pretty narrow. But you do have a good view of Geary Street, where I was filming just a couple minutes ago, or at least in terms of the vlog. But no, definitely this room is small. I also guess it has an air vent. I'm not too sure if it has central air and heat. Definitely central heat, but central air is usually rare in San Francisco because San Francisco doesn't usually get hot, except from like 1 to 2 days in a year. So you don't really need the AC, but I've realized that vent, it's like, ooh, maybe we do have central AC. And I think that's what I was talking with my mom about. But yeah, this was the other unit, so like a little bit smaller, as they've noted. And yeah, I do see the smallness, but it's not terrible. It could have been better though. But this is still also on my top end of the budget compared to the other apartments I do view. Now, unfortunately, the second viewing, I forgot to record everything that was there. There were some amazing 1-bedroom and studios. However, they're being snatched up real quickly. Unfortunately, I've been getting emails about it of the high demand. And unfortunately, I haven't recorded it. But man, that apartment had character. Had a lot of character. Came from an old hotel and built in 1911 and converted into an apartment. It was quite amazing to go. I wish I could show that, but unfortunately I don't. In any case, we'll go to the third one, which kind of gives that similar vibe, I'd say. So with this third apartment, compared to the second one, which I forgot to compare, they're about the same sizes for a good majority of the rooms. They're around 350 to 400 square feet. It is pretty small, but compared to the first apartment, the first room was almost 500 square feet and the L room was 450 square feet. So apartment 2 and apartment 3 both have the smaller rooms compared to apartment 1. Now, as I said before, basing it on apartment 1 standards, everything from here on out gets smaller. With the exception, I think, for number 4, which I think is roughly the same size as apartment 1, but apparently the neighborhood has gotten bad over the years. But this apartment, it is pretty much renovated and refurbished. It looks nice. However, it is quite small. I do love those hardwood floors. I do love the appliances it has. It is situated roughly in the same area as the first one, but we'll see. Decent price though. I swear this voiceover is going to get longer and longer, but really I haven't talked so much throughout this whole trip. Again, mainly this trip was focused on apartment hunting, but I also did want to showcase again the changes that COVID brought upon to SF, and probably for many other cities around the world, really. You can see, again, it's not busy at all. I did show the streetcars there for a little bit. They are going to run soon. They just had to retrain everyone. Everything's starting to improve, so hopefully they'll be running, I think, in August, so expect crowds. But right now, you can see, it's not busy at all whatsoever on Market Street, and especially around the Powell area. And it's unfortunate some of those businesses has closed. Now, as we go down BART, this, I think, was recorded, if I recall correctly, around 4 o'clock. So this was actually going to be the start of the afternoon rush heading home, or if there was any rush to begin with. Looking at the escalator line right here, usually it is packed with people going downstairs, upstairs, and whatnot. Now, there's barely a crowd. Coming down to the platform levels on BART, it's kind of busy. You think it looks busy, but it's a lot busier than that pre-COVID. Like, just walking around the platform and then seeing the trains just being decently, like, filled up. It's not jam-packed as it usually was during pre-COVID. So you could definitely see a very big change. Now, as we're heading towards the 4th apartment, I decided to record this little clip. It's been my hunt for the past 3 years to ride one of BART's newest fleet. I've rode Munis, and I've been wanting to ride BART's new fleet. I've been always somehow managed to avoid it for the past 3 years, ever since it came out. Until now, it finally came in, and I've managed to ride it not only once, but twice. I do have a clip for that. Right now, we're going to head towards that 4th apartment. Here we go. So this 4th apartment is located in the Mission District. Now, I usually frequent this place back during university. However, I've noticed, and my parents have noticed, is it has gotten a lot worse. There has been a lot of homeless been coming down towards 24th Street Mission. And usually that was the case back then, but it definitely hasn't gotten worse. Prior to COVID, and then maybe during COVID and after COVID. However, the apartment is not so bad. It is a studio, roughly the same size as number 2 and number 3. However, it does have this nice little alcove, which is pretty much similar to number 2. I just wish I had video because it would look so nice. So it actually does have a backdrop towards the street. Looks pretty cool. Located on the 3rd story, it's not so bad. However, it doesn't have an elevator. So it's going to be a fun time trying to transport a lot of furniture up that way, if I decide to choose it. And it's kind of in between the low price of number 2 and the high price of number 1. So, I'm a little bit iffy, and it doesn't help that the neighborhood has kind of gotten worse. It does have a pretty nice kitchen, though, which I will show here real soon. It's a very short clip. But if it wasn't for the wall that's between this room and the kitchen, the studio would be so much bigger. As you could tell, the kitchen's huge. So I have this little clip where I was trying to get water, and I think I'm just commenting on basically the changes for COVID. I haven't listened to it yet, so here we go. So I haven't really commentated throughout this vlog. Mostly I've been recording all the parts I've gone to, so hopefully that's going to be shown here on the vlog. But here's a little bit more of San Francisco. Now, honestly, I'm both surprised and not surprised of how not busy it is right now in San Francisco. I mean, this is Westfield, San Francisco. Usually pre-COVID it is fully busy. Even on weekdays, most of the people are traveling back and forth, whether going to from work, to from home, tourists and all that stuff. It's usually crowded here. But this time around, it's really empty. Well, sort of. It does look kind of busy when I'm like this, right? But I have a feeling good majority of these people are locals, and for that small minority, tourists only in America. And considering it's the West Coast and not the East Coast, it looks really empty. These streets are usually filled, so considering basically everything here, I mean, things are getting up, don't get me wrong. However, it'll be a while for things to come back to a normal. But for now, if you're close to San Francisco, I mean, there's a lot of businesses closed and gone out of, moved. But if you have the time and you want to visit places before it really gets busy, I'd say go for it. You may want to avoid Market Street at times. I haven't bothered to go to Pier 39, so maybe eventually we'll see. But for now, for this being midday, weekday PM rush, it's not that bad. But it is pretty quiet, so that's a little heads up that I got for you for San Francisco. So sorry for the little crap camera that I'm going on with right now. I'm just using my webcam to record this last part of the vlog. But that's basically it for San Francisco. Mainly the apartment hunt, but also see the drastic change, especially the effects of COVID and how much it has played a role in the city, with businesses being closed, relocated, downsized. You know, it is sad to see, but hopefully with the vaccinations hopefully going up, and then we'll to talk about Delta variant and whatnot, hopefully it does reopen again. Hopefully more businesses will come back. I know a lot of people are coming back. I'm hearing the demand for all these rentals like just being snatched up because a lot of people are coming back. So it'll be a fun time for me to get into that as well. But there's definitely going to be more SF trips afoot here in the future to find more rentals. I'm not too sure if I want to record it per se, because I don't know where I'm going to be landing at, and I don't know what neighborhood it will be safe to record or whatnot. But this is pretty much, I just want to showcase what SF looks like now, kind of post-COVID really. Basically, the same thing that I've done throughout my long road trip or to Reading and whatnot. It's really interesting to show the differences of like the crowds, the people in the community, pre-COVID and post-COVID, and at least what I've experienced. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Hopefully we'll see more videos here soon. Maybe a couple of more videos here at home, but also definitely videos in San Francisco. I'm planning a lot. We'll see how it goes though. I need to at least first move and then start working, right? And then from there, we'll see what I can do. In any case, I hope you guys have a great day or night or wherever the heck you are. And I'll see you guys whatever the next video will be. This is Spam Waits. See ya!